Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahai, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh. And his only God's son name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shah, not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, while the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready concepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth at the four ends of the earth. The entire world shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Hawah through our listening learning. If you sisters who are listening learning, coming at another lesson of truth, fact, faith, and edification. Another day of edification, Lord, will just be edifying. So I'll tell you this lesson. Esau's blessing is a curse. The blessing that Esau received was a curse, is a curse. The Lord will just be edifying. And I was watching that brother Beyond Yasha Allah video that he did. And he had brought out an article which I'm going to show. And he had made the statement that Esau's blessing is a curse, which it is. So when you go to Genesis, this is according to the article that the brother had brought out, which I'm going to show in a minute, that Esau Edom is destroying his own kingdom. It's him that's destroying his kingdom. And the reason why, because he despised his birthright. So his own people are suffering. And we talk about this all the time at camp. There should be no homeless white people in America, seeing that they are the ones that control all the resources. So in Genesis 25, it reads, just reading this point, about Esau despising his birthright. Because the description I'm going to read, it talks about the scripture that I'm going to bring out in this lesson, dealing with him and how he's destroying his own people, man. He don't care about his lineage. And it proved it right here in Genesis 25. So let's read some of this as a matter of fact. So this is Genesis 25. I'm going to start at 27. It reads, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sought pottage. And Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage. For I am faint, therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? Now, if you know anything about a birthright, the birthright will go to the oldest son. And you got kids, they all get a portion, but the oldest always get first dibs. So he said, and Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? It would do everything. And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore to him, he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Now Job said that he disdained to sit Esau with the dogs of his flock. This word despise. It said Esau despised his birthright. And what that means is you don't care about your lineage that was going to come through your loins.
Strong's H 959. Baza.
And as the apostles bring out all the time, fast food go back to Rome, right? Fast food. That I want it right now. It's my money and I want it now, right? The word despise, to despise, hold in contempt, disdain, to despise, regard with contempt, to be despised, to be despicable, to be vile, worthless, to cause to despise. So this is the prophecy of Esau Edom despising his birthright. He's a vile person. To disesteem, despise, disdain. Now, let's go here. Now, let's get this first. Now, this is a quote from Thomas Jefferson. Now, this is what he said. This is a quote from Thomas Jefferson in this it's a like a letter that he wrote dealing with equality in humans, he called it in the letter. They say, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever, right? Cannot sleep forever. Let me show you what Esau said. Let's go back and get this. Well, the Lord has awakened, man. The Lord has awakened, and the Lord is judging. And we know the Lord has always been judging, but now we know who's doing it. This is Psalms 73. And everything that's going on in the earth is for Israel's sake, man. 2/3 is being destroyed because the Lord said he was going to take away the comfort from his people. Now, this is Psalm 73 and 20. Remember, Thomas Jefferson say he trembled at the fact that the Lord cannot, his justice cannot sleep forever. Now, this is Psalm 73 and 20. As a dream when one awaketh, so, O Yahweh, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Whose image? Remember, it said Esau despised his birthright. Well, whose image? So you got to read who's Esau talking about. He's talking about Esau eating a so-called white man. Right? Let's read it one. The end of the wicked contrasts with that of the righteous. Truly, God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, my steps were nigh slipped, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. And we know this talking about the elites. Because this don't apply to the regular so-called white man. Because look what happened to the guy from that 30 show. They gave him 30 years. That 70 show, I mean. He got 30 years. Harvey Weinstein. He got another 15 on top of the 26 he already 23 he already had. So this don't even apply to Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. Because this don't apply to the elites. But anyway, they are not in trouble. But as a whole, because the same thing, the same crime an Edomite or Jake commit, Edomite gonna get less of the time. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. And look at what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. Salaki Harvey Weinstein and this guy from that 70 show. And look how much time Bill Cosby got. Showing you the Lord is changing the judgment in the earth, man. Okay, whatever time R. Kelly got, he ain't got the same time that Harvey Weinstein got. So this is Aesop talking about the Edomites. Verse 7 is verse 6. Therefore pride compasses them as a chain, about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. See, their violence covered them, which is another precept I'm going to read in Proverbs 26. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, which are the Israelites, and their tongue walking through the earth, because the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So here is the Esau talking about these Edomites. So he say, right here, verse 20, as a dream when one awaketh, so, O Yahweh, when thou awakest, meaning remember the Lord say he hid his face, and it's in the wrong judgment proceedeth. He let them do what they did. That's why I tell you in Psalm 50, they thought that the Lord was with them because he hid his face. As a dream when one awaketh, so O Yahweh, when thou awakest, like Thomas Jefferson said, he trembled at the fact that the Lord cannot sleep forever, that his justice cannot sleep forever. It say, O Yahweh, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise thy image. So this is really happening because of the Lord said he's taking the comfort away from 2/3. Because these are the ones that ain't gonna repent. These are the ones that was part of that group that said, crucify him, let his blood be on us and our children. But the Lord is destroying the so-called white man's kingdom. Everybody else is collateral damage and casualties of war, man. But the Lord has awakened. It said, "Oh Yahweh, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise that image." Now, this despise, let's look at it. Remember, Esau despised his birthright. It's the same bazaar. It's the same word. Disdain, vile person, worthless, despicable. Right? Now, let's go back. When you go to Proverbs 18 and 3, see, he despised his birthright, man. He's this despicable, disdain, vile person, worthless. Because who would despise their birthright, man? It's Proverbs 18 and 3. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt. Right? Let's get this word contempt. This word contempt. Despised, shamed, springing from evil. You got strong definition, disrespect, despised, shame, disrespect. Now, when you go to H936 in the Strongs, it gives you something different. It says to despise, hold in contempt, hold as insignificant. He's insignificant. To disrespect, contempt, despise. Insignificant. This is what we always telling Jake. They always, well, 2/3 where the prophecy say that they was gonna in Isaiah 30 and 12, that they was gonna trust in oppression. So again, but he's nothing, man. He's worthless. He's vile. And Job said in Job 30. So how could Job be an Edomite talking about the Edomites? He said they was in the caves of the earth, sounding like horses, donkeys, and mules. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. Which I go to the word ignominy all the time. The two main words for ignominy, when you look it up on Google, it's a loss of face and stigma. What stigma? The RFID microchip. That's tied to the so-called white man. It said loss of face. When you go to Google and look up ignominy, loss of face and stigma. Now here's the word ignominy: shame, disgrace, dishonor, disgrace, confusion. See, that's in the Strongs. Confusion, Let's see what this H77034 say. Ooh, see it? Base. Be condemned. Seem vile. Shall be condemned. It says shall be condemned. That's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He's worthless. That's why he despised his birthright. He don't even care about his own people. And that's why it makes sense why there's homeless white people in America. The Lord say he hate a man that fight a war and suffer poverty, man. You got these veterans. I'm talking about these Edomites, so-called white veterans, that went and fought war, and they made it back home. They made it back home. They ain't died in the war. They done did all these tours. They done made it back home, and they can't even get their VA benefits right, man. They can't. They're not even getting taken care of properly. Why? Because he's a nigger at this table, man. And these are the points I want to make. So let me show you this. I just want to read from this article. Yep. If you could put up, if you brother could, yep, that's what I wanted to. From I want from verse 4. Yeah, Sirach 14. We're starting at verse 4. I see you got okay, 5. Yeah. Yep, 5 through 10. That's what I want. The water, bro. I'm gonna read that in a minute. That's good. That's what I wanted. I'm gonna read that in a minute. See, let me get this. Let me show you this article. This from the brother Bayan Yashala. He did a beautiful lesson he did on this article. He was talking about him and the brother that brought it out at their camp the other day. And this is from Zero Hedge, I think it is. Yeah, from Zero Hedge. This is the article the brother used. It say life in America has never been more unaffordable than it is right now. It reads, our standard of living is being systematically destroyed. But for a lot of years, many Americans didn't fully understand what was taking place because it was happening so slowly. That's that gradualism, man, conditioning through gradualism. But now we have reached a stage where the purchasing power of our money is collapsing and the cost of living has become exceedingly painful thanks to our rapidly rising cost of living. The middle class is becoming the impoverished class, and the poor are increasingly being pushed out into the streets. If we do not find a way to turn these trends around, it won't be long before we have tremendous societal turmoil on our hands. So, why is this happening? Because the so-called white man, the elites. But who's controlling this? Let's get these precepts. I want to show that. So I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna lay down the screen. In Isaiah, let's get this. Isaiah 24:1. It reads, the elites is doing this, man. This is Isaiah 24:1. Behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest who controls religion, so-called white man. So it say, and it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master. Right? There's a precept in Proverbs. Let me get it real quick here. I can get it from the phone. I think it's Proverbs. Let me see. Bear with me. Proverbs 29:12. I think it is. And it said the same difference in Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, 1 through 3. This is Proverbs 29 and 12. It reads, if a ruler, the king, right? If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. You see the same difference in Ecclesiastes 10. So again, it say, behold, Isaiah 24 and 1, behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scatter for abroad the inhabitants thereof. The Lord is doing this. He's just using the so-called white man. It reads, because remember, this is for to get rid of two-thirds of Jake, man. The heathens, the 17 heathen nations, just collateral damage, man. They just casualties of war, man. So it say verse 2, and it shall be, the Lord said, when he turn it, he have turned upside down. And that's why we had to follow ways of the so-called white man. Deuteronomy 28 and 48. We should go to the enemy for the one of all things. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priests, right? Whoever controls religion, and you control religion, you control them, you control the law, you control the money. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower. And who controls these things? Esau, Edom. As with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. What's the proverb that say, the buyer is subject to the lender, man. If a brother could put that up. Well, what we are watching happen is the Lord is destroying Esau, Edom's rulership. And he taking down, well, let me reverse that. The Lord is destroying two-thirds of Israel, and he's taking down the so-called white man kingdom doing it, man. But this is about, let's get it. Isaiah 3 and 1. This is the Lord showing his power, first and foremost, to his people and to Esau, Edom, the elites. This is Isaiah 3 and 1. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water. See? So in this article, again it say, our standard of living is being systematically destroyed. Before a lot of years, many Americans didn't fully understand what was taking place. Why? Because Esau have given them different type of um they have been distracted, man. Social media, sports, all type of entertainment, your court justice, your comedians and your actors, your sports athletes, they all court justice, man. They all play a role in keeping you distracted in what's really going on, which is you have been conditioned through gradualism. Again, our standard of living is being systematically destroyed. But for a lot of years, many Americans didn't fully understand what was taking place because it was happening so slowly. And this is what they do, conditioning through gradualism over time. Nobody just gonna change to digital from paper in one day. No, Esau had to do it slowly. But now we have reached a stage because everybody can see now. Because now everybody living from check to check. Everybody's struggling. Everybody going through. Hey, the rent increasing, the gas, the food, everything increasing. But your pay isn't increasing. When everything increases, you don't get a raise. The company don't say, you know what, we need everybody a raise according to the cost of living. That ain't happening. That ain't happening because if it was, everybody stay afloat, man. No, that's not happening. Your pay is not increasing according to the cost of living. Esau ain't, that ain't how he going to prosper like that. It said, but now we have reached a stage where the purchasing power of our money is collapsing and the cost of living has become exceedingly painful. This is what's coming. Jacob's trouble. It's going to get worse. And if you don't have Yahweh Shema Shai, it's going to be painful and it's going to get worse. Um, what's this? Second Corinthians 4. I'm gonna go to it in a minute. Matter of fact, let me hold it. Let me hold it before I forget. Let me pull it up right now. Second Corinthians. Let me get this word and show you. It's coming, man. This is coming. It's happening right now. Let's read this one more time. Our standard of living is becoming systematically destroyed, but for a lot of years, many Americans didn't fully understand what was taking place because it was happening so slowly. But now we have reached a stage where the purchasing power of our money is collapsing and the cost of living has become exceedingly painful. Who's writing this? By Tyler Dundee. Durden. It could be a Jake. Edomites, man. This is the Edomites, man. It's a thanks to our rapidly rising cost of living, the middle class is becoming the impoverished class, and the poor are increasingly being pushed out into the streets. Why is it about the rich? Because the rich stay rich, the middle class and the poor get poor. You say, if we do not find a way, there is no way. The Lord doing this. And if you ain't on the side of the Lord willing we are, you gonna what? What they said? It's becoming exceedingly painful. The cost of living, man. You might have a car, some might have an alternator, starter, anything, man. Belt, the pulleys, a new battery costs them 150, them $200 for a battery. And there's always something, man. We've been split between trying to maintain the maintenance on our vehicles, whether you got a new one or old one. Eventually, some gonna tear down on the new one, and the new one's worse than the older cars. You split between making maintenance in your car, bills. It's something, man. And this is not how we should be living, man. The elites don't live like this. They don't sit and meditate on should they put $30 of gas in their car, $20 just fill it up and be broke. They don't think about these things, man. They have created for themselves generational wealth, and they are not sharing it with the rest of their people. It's a if we do not find a way to turn these trends around, it won't be too long before we have tremendous societal turmoil on our hands. And the brother mentioned it. This talking about sedition, having tremendous societal turmoil on our hands is sedition, neighbor against neighbor. And it's all over the Bible, man. Zechariah 14, Isaiah chapter 9, neighbor against neighbor, your brother gonna come. But the Lord said he was gonna mingle a perverse spirit in Isaiah 19. And the Egyptian shall fight against the Egyptian, which I'm going to read that too. The point I want to make in that. But this is the elites that's doing this, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is using the elites to destroy 2/3 of Jake, man. Now, right here in Ecclesiasticus, brother, on the comment board. Let me get this because I want to read that 4. Now, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 14. In verse 4 it reads, he that gathereth by defrauding his own soul gathereth for others that shall spend his goods riotously. So it said, he that gather by defrauding his own soul gather for others. Everything that the so-called white man got, he got it by defrauding, man. Predatory lending. This is what is that? Proverbs 13:11. It reads, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. And this is how Esau got it, man. But what he's doing, he's what did it say? He heaping it up. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Heaping. And to tell you in James 5, they have heaped treasure together for the last days. And they are not sharing the wealth of their own people. Going back to his birthright. He despised his birthright, man. Like the lesson I did the other day, when they say Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he shall perish. They only care about them, man. And there are 60 families. They only care about them, man. They don't care about their own people. This is Ecclesiastes 14 and 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? See, if he's evil to his own self, will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. See, there is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness, because he despised his birthright, man. So he treat everything. It show you Esau despised his birthright, not thinking about he was going to have kids. What about your lineage? They're supposed to have a birthright too. He don't care, man. The so-called white man, the elites we talking about, they don't care, man. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. If the so-called white man is doing something good, man, just know that's from Yahweh Shema Shah, man, because this bastard cannot do good, man. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. The envious man have a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despiseth men. See? Because he despised his own birthright. So this he despises men and talking about his own people, man. This is talking about him and his household. Verse 9, a covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drive up his soul. He's gonna be turned to ashes, man. His soul gonna be dried up and being turned to ashes, man. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. This is Ecclesiastes 14 and 10 from Kazak Bunyahoda. A wicked eye envy of his bread, and he is a niggard at his table. See, his table, the table is supposed to represent resources, right? What did the Lord say in Psalms? What King David mentioned in Psalms 23? He prepares a table before us in the presence of our enemies. Well, this same table right here, a wicked man's eye, a wicked man envieth his bread, and he is a nigger at his table. His table is supposed to represent resources for his people, man. But they are heaping it to themselves because they know that the end is drawing nigh. So they sucking back everything that they laid out for their people. The Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, that wasn't for Jake. We were still in slavery when they created this, man. So show you how the Lord put the spirit on Thomas Jefferson to say he trembled. Let me read it again. I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever. And that's beautiful because what Esau say, oh Lord, when thou wakest, thou shalt despise their image. And what the Lord is doing to Esau, Edom's rulership, he's despising, destroying their image, making it vile. It wasn't a word for it was vile, vile person, worthless, despicable. Now, in 2 Corinthians 4 and 8, it reads, we are troubled. Talking about Israel. This is the hopeful elect. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Listen, it said, we are perplexed, but not in despair. This word perplexed right here, if you go to this word, matter of fact, hold on. We can go ahead and drop that. Let's put this blue lit up on the screen. Show what the word perplexed means. It said, we are perplexed, but not in despair. This is what the Lord doing, man. Listen.
Strong's G 639. Apareo. Apareo.
You see it? It's a outline of biblical usage to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn, to be at a loss with oneself, be in doubt, not to know how to decide or what to do, to be perplexed, right? It's in the Strongs, to have no way out, to be at a loss mentally. See, mentally at a loss, man. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in jiggle trouble. 2/3 ain't gonna have no way. I say to have no way out, be at a loss. Let me see what this G4 to 198 say. Okay, it's going to something else. Okay, so to have no way out, be at a loss. And there's plenty of scriptures. The Lord says He's bringing famine. He's bringing four sore judgments, which I used to read a lot. I ain't read it lately. Four sore judgments in Ezekiel, man, which is also in Jeremiah. What at Jeremiah 15? Four sore judgments, man. So 2/3 ain't gonna have no way out. But this is what the Lord doing now. This is happening now, man. But this is the Lord destroying these Edomites. 2/3 gotta fall. Edomites, they just, hey, the Lord got to get them too. But He's jumping over heathens, getting the Jake. The point I want to make is the Lord is destroying these bastards' kingdom. Now, that article is talking about Edomites. That ain't talking about so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Of course, they in there, but that's when we read things like that. That's the perspective. That's the mind of the so-called white man. How they are. You said the middle class. I'm telling my Edomites, man. In Proverbs, let me get this. Proverbs 19:4. It say wealth. It say wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. I think it was another one. Let me see. Hold on. Again, wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. And see now, the so-called white man is down here, man. He's down here with you. Now they gotta work with you. They gotta shop around you. Yeah, cause now ain't no more middle class. Wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. And this is talking about the Edomites divided against the Edomites. Because now, hey, you either got the bag or you hanging out with so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, meaning you got to live around them. Now I want to make this point too. This is Proverbs 17:11. An evil man seeketh only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. Now, again, Proverbs 17:11. An evil man seeketh only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. When you go to Isaiah 19, and let's get this. This Isaiah 19, right? When you read this, let's read from the top and make the point. Message to Egypt, which is message to Babylon the Great. America is Egypt, spiritually Egypt, is Sodom and Rome, is Sodom, Rome, Nineveh, Assyria. All these places, Babylon, all tied into one. The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, as they were in ancient time, as it is again. 2 Ezra 15, Lord said he will smite Egypt with plagues as before. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it because of the missiles. That concentrated heat gonna come from them lasers. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. This is gonna be sedition right here. And it's already happening. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. See what I just read in Proverbs 19 and 4? Wealth maketh many friends, but the poor separated from his neighbor. See, this is what's going to make these Edomites take it to Congress, take it to the take it to the streets. No, it said the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. Why? Because there ain't gonna be no money, because wealth making many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. City against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Which we see happening right now with Ukraine and Russia. And the Edomite, the Americans, is trying to defend a country that's a part, a city, whatever you want to call it, a country that's a part of Russia. Why would you defend that? You in Russia's territory. Why would you defend Taiwan from China? Taiwan is a part of China. Their prophecies are beautiful. Why would you try to defend Israel when Iran finna burn them up, man? Iran is a part of the prophecies. It said the Persians and the Medes who took down ancient Babylon. The same gonna take them down again, man. The Persians and the Medes who took down ancient Babylon, man. It said, the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, which is the wisdom of this place. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards. And the Egyptians will like give, listen, is the point I want to make. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh, Yahweh of hosts. Now, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts. Let me go back. Right here, Proverbs 17:11. An evil man seeketh on rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. Well, who is this cruel messenger that's being sent against America? Right here. Let's read this again. Isaiah 19 and 4. The Egyptian will I give over to the hand of a cruel Lord. That'll be Gog and Magog, man. That'll be that guard in Ezekiel 38. That cruel Lord, this cruel messenger will be Russia, man. And the other nations just gathered to Russia. Egyptian against the Egyptians. Because the Lord said in Ezekiel, this is Ezekiel 28. Behold, therefore will I bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom. See, America think they can get tactical. They got strategic moves to go against the guard, which is Russia. No, man. The Lord say, I just read Ezekiel 19, Isaiah 19, the Lord is destroying, he has destroyed their counsel. The missiles, those warheads that's going to get shot to Babylon the Great will not, the America don't have a defense system for them, man. That's why I tell you that the prophecy in Joel 2, it say when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. That sword to be America's defense system, which they don't have none against Russia. It say, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. See, this cruel messenger. Let's go back. Proverbs 17:11. An evil eye seeketh on rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. And going back to Genesis, right? Gotta always bring this out. In Genesis, the prophecy of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, Today was going to go back to confusion. Oh, I looked at one of the words. I just looked at one of the words for contempt. What did it say? The strong definition said confusion, shamed, disgrace, dishonor. Genesis 3 and 14. Matter of fact, Lord willing, let me go back to that real quick. Let me make sure that's where it was at. Proverbs 18 and 3. Let me double check. Let's double check that. And Shalom taught the Akimat Walk 20 in Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatham. Let me look at this again. It was either contempt or ignominy. I think it was contempt. Let's see here. It said, when the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. Let me see. I think it was this one. See, disrespect, despise, shamed. H936. Let me see. No, this ain't it. So it had to be ignominy. Let me double check that. Bear with me here. May have been ignominy. Oh, right here. Yeah, it was ignominy. So one of the words right here, you see it? Confusion. Confusion, man. That's part of Esau's heritage. This is his lineage. The Lord said it from the beginning. Let's go back and read it. So again, Proverbs 18 and 3, when the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach, with confusion. So let's go back to Genesis. Genesis 3 and 14. And Yahweh God said unto the serpent, a nation of people. The word serpent means to be cunning, crafty, conniving. Because God, that's why I tell you in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. Because the spiritual demon Satan has a physical seed on earth. And Yahweh God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Remember, all these nations, all 18 nations known as beasts. That's why Esau said, Psalm 73, I was as a beast before thee, but then thou gave me thy wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and held my right hand. We was beasts too. And tell you that in Ezekiel, and when you read Ezekiel 16, that the Lord said we was in our filth when he found us. He washed us up and cleaned us off, gave us his wisdom, which made us not to be beasts. That's why Peter mentioned it. Peter called 2/3 of our people brute beasts. Why? It's plenty of scripture. We can go in Psalms. There's plenty of scriptures about men known as being beasts, man. Oh, Solomon said it in Ecclesiastes 3, verse 18 and 19. He said the sons of men are just brute, they are not a. Let me get that. We're gonna come back to this. Let's get that. There's plenty of scriptures on men being beasts. This ain't talking about no damn serpent, man. No damn snake talking and walking. That don't make no sense. The Lord is not a man of confusion, man. Ecclesiastes 3 and 18. It is so many. I know it's a few of them. A couple of them. I know the one in Psalm 73. There's another one in Psalms 49 about man being beast. It's Ecclesiastes 3 and 18. Just to make the point that there ain't no serpent in Genesis 3 and 14. I said in my heart concerning the state of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that themselves to be themselves, Salakia, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them, as the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yeah, they have all one breath, so that a man have no preeminence above a beast for all his vanity. Why are they beasts? Because they don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord. He gave that to Israel. And Yahweh, Genesis 3 and 14, and Yahweh God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. All Out of all beasts, out of all 18 nations, the Edomites are this cursed cattle, these cursed beasts. Upon thy belly shall thy go, meaning be on the bottom. If you lay on your belly right now, you on the bottom, you on the ground, you on the floor. You can smell the dust, you can lick it. And dust shall thou eat all the days of thy life, which is dust mean confusion. That's why I said in Isaiah 47:1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Because this is the prophecy right here when the Lord said that the nation of the Edomites, the so-called white man's nation, is going to be bases of men, and all they bring to the table is confusion, ignominy, reproach, confusion. Matter of fact, let me get this in Psalms. I think it was Psalms 49. Let me see. Yep, here you go. This is one. It's just one of them. That's a few. It say, this is Psalms 49 in verse, and it's talking about the Edomites. Listen to this. It say Psalms 49 and 12. It reads, no, verse 11. Oh, let's read 10. For he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. Who got this wealth? Jay-Z and Michael Jordan don't got no damn wealth, man. Like Pastor always say, Warren Buffett and Jeff Bezos and them are basket cases. They don't got no money, man. Cause they got a few billion. They don't got no money. 100 billion, they ain't no money, man. It's saying leave that wealth to others. It's talking about them, the elites. The inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. And they put their name on everything, man. Right? It's a they called their lands after their own names. America. Who named Puerto Rico? Uh oh, I was just watching today or watching this sports station. This guy, the Miami Heat, not Miami Heat, the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins head coach. His name is Cristobal, man. That's Christopher Columbus' real name, Cristobal Colon. When I saw, I said, man, look at this Edomite. His nigga name is Cristobal, man. Who would name their son that? A Edomite? It say that inward thoughts is that their house shall continue forever, in that dwelling place to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Amerigo Vespucci, who named America. Uh, Africa, after Leo Scipio's Africanus. Asia, after the Asiaticus, which is Leo Scipio's Africanus brother. It say, nevertheless, man being in honor, see, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beasts that perish. See, there's plenty of scriptures on this. I'm gonna get one more. I'm gonna get one more. Oh, let's get this one right here. Psalm 49 and 20. Man that is in honor and understandeth not is what, Lord? Is like the beast that perisheth. Man that is in honor. Who's in honor? The so-called white man, and understandeth not. Remember it say in Obadiah 1 and 7, there is none understanding in him. Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beast that perisheth. This talking about Esau, even so-called white man. 2/3 of Jake too. But the point dealing with, it wasn't no serpent in the garden, man. Oh, I want to get Psalm. Let's go back to Psalm 73, because Esau said it. And this was talking about Israel. And you can link this precept to the one in mind racing, man. Let me slow down. I'll be having some in the precept be going across my brain. Let me read it. Where is it? Right here. So right here say Psalm 73 and 21. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my reins. So foolish was I, and ignorant. I was as a beast before thee. See, nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Thou hast holden me by my right hand. What's that mean? The Lord, hey, you are being guided by Yahweh Shema Shah on the right hand side. It say, let's read this again. So foolish was I and ignorant, I was as a beast before thee. Right? This is before, Ezekiel 16. Go read that. We didn't have the wisdom of the Lord. We didn't have the knowledge. We was just like the other heathens, man. So foolish was I, and ignorant I was as a beast before thee. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee, thou hast holding me by my right hand. Not the left hand, on the right, Lord willing. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me the glory. See, Esau said, I was as a beast. I was as a beast. If you don't got the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shah, then you a beast, man. So dealing with this beast, I had to make them points. So going back to Genesis 3 and 14, and Yahweh said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed. Remember this buzzword right here, cursed above all cattle, above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shall thou go, and dust, confusion, shall thou eat all days of thy life. Snakes don't eat dust. You slow-bellied, wacky-ass Christians. So the word curse here, this is the buzzword. This is the cursed people. Proverbs 3 and 33. And it all links. See, the prophecy right here in Genesis 3 and 14 links to a nation of people. A curse, it said Proverbs 3 and 33, the curse of Yahweh is in the house of the wicked. See? But he blessed the habitation of the just. And when the brother, I was listening to the brother Bayon Yashal video at the plantation this morning, and he was like, Esau blessing is a curse. Esau blessing is a curse. And this nigga blessing is a curse, man. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this real quick. Let's get this word serpent right here. Let's get this word. Let's get this. Where is it? So this word serpent right here. And the reason I'm finna make this point, because I'm finna go to Ephesians 6 and show you this ain't talking about no damn snake.
Strong's H 5175. Nachash. Nachash.
So it's a image of serpent, fleeing serpent, mythological. Let's get this. Let's see what this say. See? Enchanter, man. See? Enchanter, divine, it's a learn by experience. What did he teach Eve? Why do people go to college? To get their bachelor's, master's, associates, PhDs, right? These different doctrines of life. Enchantment is say to practice divination, divine, observe signs, learn by experience, diligent, observe, practicing, future telling. Hold on, look at this. Strong's whisper, a whisper. It's a whisper, a magic spell. Generally to prognosticate, enchanter. See, this is what this man, this was a man in the garden who despised his birthright. This goes all the way back to this line of people, man. This is a line of people. Now let me show it to you. Let's go back to Proverbs 3. Go back and hold that so I won't forget. In Ephesians 6, show you we are dealing with a nation of people who are enchanters, diviners, who practice witchcraft, whisper magic, spells, man. Ephesians 6 and 11. Ephesians 6 and 12, I want to read this point. No, Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. This word wiles is what I want. This is what this man did to Eve in the garden. He said, learn by experience. He was dropping that game in our ear, man. And it sounded good. You know how you see a chick and you really want her? Hey, check this out, baby. Let me talk to you for a minute. First off, you got a man? No, check this out.
Strong's G 3180. Methodiah. Methodiah.
My boy said, come on, baby, let me rap to your taste. Look at this. Cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery. See? Lie in wait, trickery. Wow. Let me see what this is. Now, when you read it, say that he was more. Okay, that's going to something else. Let me go back to this. As a matter of fact, I got to get more point out of this because this is why we understand what's going on with these people. Now, it said that oh, no, let me get this. Hold on, bear with me. 2 Corinthians. Yeah, 2 Corinthians is that 11 and 3, maybe 2. 2 Corinthians 11 and 3, it reads, but I feel at least by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach. Now, let's get this word beguiled, right? I'm finna show you something if you didn't already know. This word beguiled. I'm gonna show it to you in the New Testament. I'm gonna show it to you in the Old Testament. This word beguiled is say to deceive. You see it? You see it? To deceive. Look, to seduce wholly. Now, let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis. What did Eve say? What did Eve say? The serpent beguiled me. Let's go back. What was that? 11. Let's see. To seduce, man. To deceive. Look. Right here. Genesis 3 and 13. And Yahweh power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent, this serpent beguiled me and I did eat. Eat what? What did she eat? Let me show you what she ate. The Lord said, let me get this. Psalms, was that Psalms 81 and 10. What did she eat? Was it an apple? The scripture don't say she ate no apple. Let me show you. Psalms 81 and 10. I am Yahweh thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. With what? With what? Let me show you. Matthew chapter 5, verse 6. When I did what did Esau, what did this man fill Eve's mouth with? Wisdom and knowledge, understanding of the world, man. Matthew 5 and 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. So, what did he give Eve? What did she eat? Genesis 3 and 11. It's Genesis 3 and 13. And the Lord power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Let's get this word beguiled right here. I show you what it means in New Testament. Seduced, deceived. So he deceived her to eat some food. So he beguiled me and I did eat. So what did he beguile her with? Food? Come on, man. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense, man. Let's get this beguile right here. Same meaning, different word. See? Beguiled, deceived. Strong definition. What did it say? To lead astray mentally or morally. Here you go right here. To seduce. Same thing it says in 2 Corinthians 11. Seduce, beguile, deceive. This is what the so-called white man did to our people. And this is why you slow-bellied niggas, this is why you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, you what? What the Lord say? Isaiah 30 and 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye have despised this word and trust in oppression. You slow-bellied niggas got Stockholm syndrome, man. You love the so-called white man. Let's go back. Proverbs. He filled Eve with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding the ways to live a carnal life. That's what he taught her. When you go to Romans 8, he taught Eve to be carnally minded, man. Same way women is today. I don't need no man. I can get it by myself. Well, I had females tell me they tired of being independent. They tired of gotta maintain. They tired of gotta do everything they self for them and the ones that got kids. They tired of doing that, man. Hey, like the short clip I put up on a girl that was crying because she was going through the case with one of the guys in the army. And I said, I put the title on it. This is what y'all wanted, right? Y'all want to be equal. I want to be equal. I want to put on pants too. Well, go now. You can. Now you can. Again, Proverbs 3 and 33. Now you can. The so-called white man did that to you. The same way he did in the garden, he did it here in America, man. The curse of Yahweh, Proverbs 3 and 33, is in the house of the wicked, but he blessed the habitation of the just. And the habitation of the just is that new kingdom that's coming, the new bodies. This is Isaiah 34 and 5. Still dealing with the curse of the people. That's in Genesis 3 and 14. This cursed beast. Isaiah 34 and 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. It shall come down. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. What's Idumea? Let's see what Idumea means. This word Idumea. H123. See it? Edom. Edom. It says, see Genesis 25 and 25, which I read. Edom, the elder twin brother of Jacob, hence the region Idumea. Edom, Edomites, Idumea. So again, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of what, Lord? Of my curse, as it said in Genesis 3 and 14, to judgment. These are the people that despise their birthright, man. This is why you see homelessness in Babylon the Great America, man. Because they don't care about their own people. This is not a righteous king that's in rulership, man. Malachi 1 and 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. The same way the Lord did it in ancient time. What's going on in Petra right now? It's a tourist site. And I hated Esau and lay his mountains and his heritage waits for the dragons of the wilderness. And Esau don't got no heritage. He despised his birthright. That's why I say he shall have neither son nor nephew nor running in the streets in the world. In Isaiah 14 and 22, in Jeremiah 49, in Job 18, all three of those chapters. Matter of fact, let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. A little longer than I expected, but who cares? Job 18. I just want to read the point. He ain't gonna have nothing, man. He despised his birthright, man. That means he doesn't care about his own people. So right here in Job 18, I want to get these three precepts to show you. Right here, this is Job 18 and 16. It reads, his roots shall be dried up beneath. They go dried up again. And above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the streets. Right? Hold on, was another one. Okay, I thought it was another one in here. Okay, okay, right here, right here. Yeah, right here. It say again, his remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the streets. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people. What that mean? You got to bring back a lineage through the men. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remainers in his dwellings. Let's get this one. Isaiah 14:22. It reads, For I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and what? And nephew, saith Yahweh. I just read that in Job 18. Because this is how you continue your lineage. Jeremiah, let's get this one. 49. What is that? 10. I think it is. Yep, Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare, and have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren. See, what come out of his brethren? His nephews, right? And his neighbors, and he is not. See, cut off, man. Edomite still here, man. The Lord ain't done away with them. He said he gonna have war with Amalek from generation to generation, and he ain't gonna remove the Edomites from under heaven until the Israelites go back into their home, man. That's when Edomites gonna be done away with. Malachi 1:3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished. Look at this. We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. When did they get impoverished? When we chased them into the caves, man. When the Western Roman Empire failed, man, by the Eastern Roman Empire, man. They went into the Caucasus Mountain. Hence the name Caucasian, which means cave dweller. Go look it up. Job said in Job 30. Let's read it. Let me prove it to you. They said, we will return and build the desolate places, which they did. That's why you got America, Canada, South Central, North America, man. That's why you got cities throughout the four corners of the earth because of the so-called white man. Job 30. Got to read these points, man. They said in Malachi, we will return and build the desolate places. Because the Lord said what? In Malachi 1:3, he laid their heritage waste. Remember, he laid it waste. This is Job 31. Now, they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I will have disdain. Disdain is another word for I looked it up in the word for despised. One of the words for disdain. I will have disdain to have set with the dogs of my flock. Why is Job saying this? Because the Edomite will eat the dog, they'll have sex with the dog. That's why it's bestiality laws passed in 10 states in America, because they'll sleep with the dog or they'll neuter the dog, man. Esau love to neuter dogs, man. They supposed to have sex too. They supposed to bring forth children too. But now they that are younger than I have me in the region, whose fathers I will have disdain to have set with the dogs of my flocks. This how low the so-called white man is. Joe don't even want him around his dogs, man. Yeah, word to the might. Yeah, word to might the strength of their hand profit me, in whom an old age was perished. See, then it said in Malachi 1, we was impoverished, but we will return. For one in famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. What did the Lord say, Malachi 1 and 3? Let's go back to it. Malachi 1 and 3. I hated Esau and lay his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Back in Job 30 and 2. Job 30 and 3. For want of famine, they were solitary, fleeing in the wilderness, in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes, and juniper root for their meats. Mallows be marshmallows. Go look it up, the marshmallow root. They were driven forth. See it? They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. To go well, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes, they braid. They braided like horses, donkeys, and mules. Under nettles, they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were violent in the earth. One of the words for contempt was base. See, back in Malachi. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. That's what they did. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. You got New York, right? You got New England. Why is it New England? Where the old England at? Cross the water. Why is it New York? Because the old York is cross the water. They named America cities. Some of the cities named after other countries, man. Memphis was one of the cities in Egypt, but the pyramid on the back of the dollar. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them. Who is the they? They're gonna call them us, we, Hebrew Israelites, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. And everybody call Esau that. Even the other 16 heathen nations know that these are the borders of wickedness. And again, the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. Indignation means righteous anger. The cursed ones, man. This is Job. Man, the brother bringing it out yesterday, man. It's a fire precept, man. This is Job 22 and 5 in Salakia, because I ain't mean to go this long, but the spirit hot. I can't help it. It reads, is not thy wickedness great? And when the brother reading this, I mentioned, is this not Babylon the Great? Is this not the place, the Edomite, the white man's empire, when they perfected their wickedness? Sure it is. It tell you in Isaiah 47, the Lord say the wickedness of this place, the destruction of this place is going to come in her perfection, man. Why? Why did the Lord say that? Because this is the rulership of the so-called white man. When they perfected the sword, they perfected their wickedness, man. As I've been saying, the Greek Empire is when they established the sword. They established their wickedness. The Roman Empire is when they magnified the sword. They magnified their wickedness. The American Empire is when they perfected the sword and their wickedness. And they tell you in Isaiah 47 that the destruction that's coming to America, Babylon the Great, is going to come in perfection. Is not thy wickedness great and thy iniquities infinite, man? That's what the Lord say. The wickedness of the so-called white man rulership has reached the heavens, man. Because what? Is not thy wickedness great and thine iniquities infinite? For thou hast taken a pledge from thy brother for naught. What it says in Psalms 50? Thy slanderers thy own mother's son, and strip the naked off their clothing, of their clothing. Thou hast not given water to the weary to drink. They ain't giving you nothing. Tell you lamentation, you gotta our water, our wood and water is sold to us. We gotta buy it. Thou hast not given water to the weary. We're talking about the truth. They didn't give us the truth. That's what the Lord say. He was gonna raise us and cause us to come up out of our graves. He was gonna tell us the truth. When they said it's suffering out their bodies to be put in graves, the Lord did that. Thou hast not given water to the weary to drink, the weary of be so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian nations, and thou hast withholding bread from the hungry. Well, the Lord said we're gonna get our bread. Our bread came from Yahweh. The water of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh. The Lord said, man should not eat bread alone. It was Yahweh that said, eat this, take this bread and eat. This is my body. Take this wine and drink. This is my blood. Yeah, thou hast not given water to the weary to drink, and thou hast withholding bread from the hungry. They didn't tell us the truth. That's why it's so amazed. They so amazed at how this truth, the Lord said he's going to rain it down in Deuteronomy 32:1. He's going to rain his doctrine down and steal the remnant, man. This is a powerful work that's going on, man. These Edomites, you know they got to be at all with this truth, man. Because they don't understand how this information came out, man. The Lord said he was going to send John the Baptist before the dreadful day, man. He sent back Elijah again, man. Before Yahweh came or come, he had to send again, as prophecy say, Elijah, man. You either can receive it or you can't. But this truth ain't take place in the earth to Elder Abba Bivens, man. Whether you're going to acknowledge it or not, it doesn't matter. But as for the mighty man, he have the earth, and the honorable man dwelt in it. See, that has sent widows away empty. That's us. And the arms of the fatherless have been broken. That's us. Therefore, the Lord say, see, therefore snares are round about thee, and sudden fear troubleth thee. And we don't got to see it. We don't got to see the Edomite trembling and be in trouble. We know it because the Lord said it, man. He just said it right there. Cut precepts to prove that they know, man. Job 15:21. A dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him. A dreadful sound is in their ears, man. See, he believeth not that he shall return out of darkness. See, they have been in darkness in secret. Their secret society so long, they thought that it wasn't going to come out. It's right here. He believeth not that he shall return out of darkness. No, the light is shining all up through the darkness, man. Now we know the wickedness that the elites do. And he has waited for of the sword. See, that Ezekiel 28, when the Lord said he's going to bring the terrible of the nations and they shall draw their sword against the beauty of his wisdom, man. Remember it said in Job 22, he don't give bread. Look, he wanted for broad for bread. See, it's going to be Esau soon, saying, where is it? He knoweth that the day of darkness is ready at his hand. See, Jeremiah. We know, man. The Lord told us we don't need the so-called white man. We don't need his confirmation for nothing, man. We thought we did, but we didn't. We was what? What did it say? Eve say, the serpent beguiled me. We was deceived by enchantments, man. But then the Lord said, nope. Hey, tap him on the shoulder. Tap her on the shoulder. Get him. Pull her back. We don't need this bastard confirmation for nothing, man. The Lord already had it for us. The comforter. Jeremiah 15:43. The king of Babylon. Who are they talking about? The elites have heard the report of them. Do you not know? The apostle's been saying this for years. If you got Fantasia say We the 12 tribes of Israel. She from the tribe of Judah. Chinggis said he from the tribe of Judah. Waka Flocka said he a Reubenite. Huh? Camelo Anthony said he from the tribe of Judah. You don't think the world know about this truth, man? Don't be no fool, man. The king of Babylon have heard the report of them. Here it is. Kendrick Lamar say, don't call him black no more. He Israelite. They set that nigga down for a whole year. He ain't do nothing. That nigga came back telling me he Jesus Christ. See how the elites, they listen, man. This nigga Jay-Z talking about black Jews. Come on, man. And he call himself Hova. You don't think the elite, man? Come on, man. We reading it. We don't need reading no articles. None of that. It's in the scripts, man. The king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands wax feeble. We don't got to see them. We know they trembling, but they can't do nothing about it, man. Anguish took hold of him, and pains as of a woman in travail. They can't do nothing, man. And as I love to bring out now, the Elder Aram and the brother Barak had brought this out in a lesson. Fire precept, man. Isaiah 44, man. Fire, man. This is strictly talking about the elites and the remnant of Israel, man. Listen to this. Isaiah 44 and 24. Thus saith Yahweh thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am Yahweh that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself, that frustrateth the tokens of the liars. Who we talking about? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Job 13 and 4. They are forgers of lies. Oh, let me get this one real quick. In Psalms, what did King David say? What this? Psalms 119 and 69. What did he say? Let's read this. Look, the proud have forged a lie against me, but I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart. We don't need these bastards confirmation. We don't need a validation for nothing. They forged a lie against us, man. Niggas told us that the Lord was an Edomite. These niggas that got this doctrine in the earth that angels fell from heaven, man. Psalm 119 and 69. The proud have forged a lie against me, but I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart. What did the Lord do? That frustrated Isaiah 44 and 25. That frustrated the tokens of the liars and maketh diviners mad. What's the word for when I looked up beguile? Serpent. One word, it said diviner, man. That frustrated the tokens of the liars and maketh diviners mad. That turneth wise men backward and maketh what, Lord? Their knowledge foolish. What did the Lord say? What's that? Sirach 19. What it is? Wickedness is not what wisdom is not. Let me get it. Is it wickedness? The knowledge of the wickedness is not something. I don't want to word it wrong. Let me get it. I know it's in Sirach 19. Let me get it real quick. I think it's Sirach 19 and yeah, Sirach 19 and 22. It reads, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. See? So right here, the Lord say that frustrate the tokens of the liars and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backward and maketh their knowledge foolish. How did he do it? Look at this. That confirmeth the word of his servant. And what, Lord? And performeth the counsel of his messengers. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. It said by the spirit of the Lord's mouth. It started off and say, let's read it. The Lord is destroying the so-called white man's rulership, man. And it's through 2 Thessalonians. It's that 2. Let me show it to you. It's through his messengers, man. Second Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume. How? With the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy the brightness of his coming. So, Isaiah 44 and 25, that frustrate the tokens of the liars, Vocab Malone, James White, Michael Brown, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backwards, and maketh their knowledge foolish, that confirmeth. See, the Lord confirming the word of his servant, because it's his word. It's the Lord word, man. And what it says in Psalms, let me get it. I gotta get it. In Psalms, Psalms 33 and 4. This is the words of the Lord. We just messengers. Psalm 33 and 4. For the word of Yahweh is right, and all his works are done in truth. What say ye? Nothing. Isaiah 44 and 26, that confirmeth the word of his servant. That's why we keep telling you, this is thus saith the Lord. We ain't telling you what we saying. We telling you thus saith the Lord, man. And the Lord confirming the word, because you know a man by his fruit. That confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers. That saith to Jerusalem, you Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, thou shalt be inhabited, and the cities, and to the cities of Judah, ye shall be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof. The Lord is destroying these bastards with the words of his mouth, man. So, and I want to close with because what we see, going back to the Edomites complaining, man, because they can't keep up with the. Y'all see all the TikToks? These Edomites on TikTok going crazy, man. The one older chick, Elder Yashua, had did a lesson on. He used different TikTok clicks, different TikTok. She talking about $98 damn dollars for gas. They going crazy, man. He said $98 damn dollars to fill up my tank. This is Psalms. They bugging out, man. What was I finna get? Man, I done lost. Oh no, I was finna get Isaiah. Proverbs. Salakia. Proverbs 26. Cause see, the kingdom, this bastard kingdom fallen. And the Lord said, remember the Lord said in Jeremiah 49. I just read in Job 49 and 10. Jeremiah 49 and 10. He made Esau bear, man. He's making them bear. So this is Proverbs 26 and 24. It reads, he that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. See, this go back to Sirach 14. He envy his own self, man. He is not satisfied with his own portion. It reads, verse 25, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. See, it says 7 abominations is in the so-called white man's heart, meaning he's completely wicked. That's why the Lord made him the perfect adversary, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. And that's the point I want to make. See the wickedness of the so-called white man? Why is it homeless white peoples in America when they own all the damn resources? Why? This is his wickedness, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. Everybody see. And even these Peter Schiffs and Glenn Becks and Ron Pauls and Richard Wolf's, what's this guy named Jim Rickards? All these guys know, man. It's the elites. Oh, especially Chris Hedges. He'll tell you in a minute because he called it classism. Classism in America. What's the other guy I love to watch? I said Richard Wolf. I mentioned him. Richard Wolf and Chris Hedges. Man, them Edomites don't. They give you the straight skinny, man. He said Chris Hedges did a video titled "The White American Empire is Falling," man. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. So, like, I got 2 precepts. This is also Proverbs. See, the Lord, we talking about the master chess player, man. The master. Proverbs 11:29. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind. See, it's him that troubleth his own house, man. How is it homeless white people's in America and they own all the resources, man? They control every bit of resources on planet Earth. Why is it homeless white people? That's off, man. The Lord had a system set up for Israel. There was never anybody homeless, man. Closing precept. Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 2 and 10. See, he's consulting shame to his own house because his people is homeless, man. This is madness, but it's beautiful, man. Because welcome back, you Edomites. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, man, to the bases of men. Habakkuk 2 and 10. Thou hast consulted shame to thine house by cutting off many people and hast sinned against thy soul. Lord was edifying. The wife tuning in. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Bahashim Rikah Korash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and elders of great millstone, rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all the Israel, whether accepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the heart, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Hey, let me read this. Shalaki. And shalom to the Akwath who are listening and learning. You few sisters are listening and learning. This is Kazak Ben Yahala, Proverbs 28 and 8. He that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his sustenance, he shall gather for him that will pity the poor. Yep. That's one of the precepts that go to that Sirach 14. And it's another one in Job. Job 28 and 17, I think it is. Yep. Hey, the wife tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue to bless you in your house. Man, I want to read all these precepts too. I had all these precepts, but I ain't gonna, it's gonna be too much, man. Man, let me read this. I'm gonna read verse 2. This is Micah 2 and 2 from Kazak Bunny Holder. Hey, shalom to all you Akim about tuning in, man. Yahweh Shema shall Braka Thumb. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And now we are watching them being destroyed, man. Yep, let's get this one from the brother. Isaiah Bunya Howder, Shalom out, Yahweh Shema Shai Brakatah. Baruch 4 and 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. And and what the Lord is doing to the common so-called white person is what they did to us, man. I've been mentioning this a lot, man. The gator baits. There's so many Edomites getting ate up by gators down here. It's ridiculous, man. But it ain't ridiculous. Because guess what happened? They did us the same way, man. They did it the same way, man. Yeah, man. Beautiful precepts, man, y'all brothers, man. Hey, the Lord, vengeance is taking hold on these bastards, man. Yep. And going back, and I was making a mention of this too, about the table. When the brother put up, because I bring you how the Psalm 23 and 5, that prepares the table before me in the presence of my enemies, that anointed my head with oil and my cup runneth over. So, and that's Rock 14 when it said that he's a nigga out at his own table. It's supposed to be for his whole nation of people. But going back to going back to his prophecy of him, he was going to despise his whole nation of people, man. And that's talking about these leaks. They don't care about their people, man. Because Esau despised his birthright. That means you never cared about your people from the beginning, man. Yeah, brother, got so many precepts on the comment board, man. Fire, yeah, all fire too, man. The water, man. Woo, y'all brother lit the comment board up. The water, bro. The water. Hey, so the water tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. May the blessing of relation be upon your houses. Till next time I say shalom. Wa abab. Man, y'all brother got some fire on the comment board, man. Yes, man. Shalom.